this cartoon dictator of the world
Good morning.
managed to convene all these VVIPs, as you call them. And Klaus Schwab is a convener, fundamentally, and he's certainly not elected. He owns it. He's an owner. Yeah, right. I call it a crypto government. Yeah, definitely. You have members of government, Chrystia Freeland, Mark Carney. These are the two leading contenders for. Hear that? That's Chrystia Freeland and Mark Carney. For those of you who are thinking about voting for them, so a vote for them is definitely a vote for the WEF, and there'll be a lot more about that on this channel.
Yes. Here. Ollie oxen free. Yeah, we're just doing a couple readings. How are you? Cheers. We have our water. And our lemon water too. With our reds and our greens in it. It's very good. And a little bit of aloe too, yes. Yeah, the aloe is good. We have The Glory That Was Grease and Self-Improvement. Which one first? There's some green tea too. Cheers. Yeah, I know, I gotta take that off. $106. My eyes. Might need my glasses. We'll see how I do. Get some more light maybe. First, daydreaming. Start on 105. The same tendency underlies the very common habit of postponing things. The self-improvement, this is, oh goodness, 60s I think. I cannot remember. By Rudolph Allers, MD, PhD. 1939. Washington, D.C., Catholic University of America. Printed in the United States of America. The Benzinger brothers. Page 105. The same tendency underlies the very common habit of postponing things. This habit may be so strong that a person addicted to it will risk even serious damage only for the sake of not having to do things immediately. A peculiar variety of this habit consists in resenting very much being told to do this or that. In some persons, it becomes quite a habit of not doing what they are asked or told to do, simply to save their idea of independence. It could even be speaking about a subject, yes, some will avoid at all costs. Very sad and scary. The lack of concentration will be understood better in its psychological conditions by comparing it with another habit which has indeed much in common with the first, daydreaming. The state of mind, indeed, which intervenes in work and causes the mind to wander in merely a more or less abortive daydreaming. The daydreamer may be a person who deliberately takes abode in a world of dreams and of unreality, not caring for real things and real tasks. Or he may be one whose mind drifts away into this land unwillingly and without noticing it. Some of these dreamers do not know afterwards where they have been. They only become aware of a lacuna, of quite a time having elapsed of which they are unable to give account. Daydreams are sometimes as easily forgotten as are those appearing during sleep. but one can get a glimpse of the latter by awakening the dreamer suddenly. In the same manner, one sometimes gets an idea of what is going on in the mind of the daydreamer. Daydreams deal with things which are particularly daydreams deal with things which are particularly dear to dreamer's mind, things which attract him more than does reality. The world of the dream replaces all unpleasant sides of reality by features fashioned according to the dreamer's wishes. Sure, it could be any of us. We all daydream. Has anything else? Is it a problem? Can you snap out of it? I don't know. Let me get my clipboard. Yeah. Back to basics, I guess. We like that. I know. It can be frustrating for some. Every year there's another round that needs to learn 1 plus 1. And if you're sick and tired of teaching 1 plus 1, then don't do that. Or try to do it, whistle while you work, and do it the best you can. As they say, what is it? Grit your teeth and bear it. Yeah, for sure. Daydreams deal with things which are particularly dear to the dreamer's mind, things which attract him more than does reality. The world of the dream replaces all unpleasant sides of reality by features fashioned according to the dreamer's wishes. The wishes are fulfilled by the dream, either quite openly or in a more veiled manner. Daydreams are always on the dreamer's own fate and personality. No daydream pictures objective things. They are all about the dreamer's person and his doings. It is this feature which distinguishes daydreaming from planning. He who has to figure out a line of action has to make use of his imagination, but his thoughts turn on reality, on what has to be done or can be done, and he starts, therefore, from the reality in hand. The dreamer discards reality more or less. He starts from some situation which interests or pleases him, and he does not care at all whether his dreams can become true or not. The world of dreams has another quality too. Besides correcting the unpleasantness of reality and picturing a better world, the dreamer creates this world, whole world, and it exists only by his will. He is, in fact, the almighty creator and ruler of this world. The dream, therefore, supplies a definite gratification to ambition. It satisfies the hidden but never dying wish to be like gods. Daydreaming is dangerous, not only because it removes the individual from reality and replaces him in a region where activity is quite impossible and where his ideas and decisions have no practical consequences, but also because it furthers the wrong and unruly ambition which is at the root of so many troubles. Oh, yes, I know, everyone. Calm down. Yes, please dream. Be dreamers. It's important to dream. I think it's being analytical too, in a way, just expressing how our thoughts and daydreaming can almost be like a drug, caffeine. It can be a hindrance or a benefit, or just because. For sure, so it can be dangerous, just like a weapon, anything else, or it can be protection, positive, negative, depending on, I suppose, would that be awareness, education, about different things? I don't know. I guess it depends, I say, time and space. very interesting. So, what is that? Someone's playing music very loud. 4:39 in the morning. Sounds like Eminem blasting from next door. Yeah, probably likes listening to it, huh? It does sound like Eminem. This looks like a job for me, so everybody. Now, after having become acquainted with the true nature of the things which distract the human mind from reality, and accordingly from work, and which become the reason for the incapacity of concentration, one can try to answer the question whether this habit is really, as the people addicted to it pretend, so utterly immutable. The considerations on this point apply, however, to some other habits too. It is therefore preferable to postpone the discussion of this point until later. We read a little bit from The Glory That Was Greece, per request. Oh, indeed. Thank you. Ooh, justification of his patriotic policy. Invective against license of speech. What a good one for today, huh? Page 381. Demosthenes, Demosthenes, Demosthenes. This, you must be convinced, is a struggle for existence. You cannot overcome your enemies abroad till you have punished your enemies, his ministers, at home. They will be the stumbling blocks. Excuse me. A little bit of tea there. Yeah, page 381 in... Yes, that's exactly what it says. Why would I be making that up? For what reason? I'm just sitting in my room reading books. Why would I change what it says? And why would you think that? Is it too ironic? The Glory That Was Greece. Page 381 in the Columbia University series. Invective against license of speech. Some water, that honey. Whew. Maybe I should back off the honey a little bit. Yeah. This, you must be convinced, is a struggle for existence. You cannot overcome your enemies abroad till you have punished your enemies, his ministers, at home. They will be the stumbling blocks which prevent your reaching the others. Why do you suppose Philip now insults you? To other people, he at least renders services, though he deceives them, while he is already threatening you. Look, for instance, at the Thessalonians. Thessalonians. It was by many benefits conferred on them that he seduced them into their present bondage, and then the Olynthians again, how he cheated them, first giving them Potidea and several other places, is really beyond description. Now he is enticing the Thebans by giving up to them Barotia and delivering them from a toilsome and vexatious war. Each of these people did not get a certain advantage, but some of them have suffered what all the world knows. Others will suffer whatever may hereafter befall them. As for you, I recount not all that has been taken from you, but how shamefully you have been treated and despoiled. Why is it that Philip deals so differently with you and with others? Because yours is the only state in Greece in which the privilege is allowed of speaking for the enemy, and a citizen taking a bribe may safely address the assembly. Though you have been robbed of your dominions, it was not safe as Olyntheus, Olynthus, Olynthus, to be Philip's advocate, unless the Olynthian commonality had to be Philip's advocate, unless the people of Thessaly had secured the advantage by Philip's expelling their tyrants and restoring the synod at Pylae. It was not safe in Thebes until he gave up Boeotia to them and destroyed the Phoenicians. Yet at Athens, though Philip has deprived you of Amphipolis and the territory round Cardia, nay, is making Euboea a fortress, has a check upon us, and is advancing to attack Byzantium, it is safe to speak in Philip's behalf. Justification of his patriotic policy. I affirm that if the future had been apparent to us all, if you, Ascanius, had foretold it and proclaimed it at the top of your voice, instead of preserving total silence, nevertheless the state ought not to have deviated from her course, if she had regard to her own honor, the traditions of the past, or the judgment of posterity. As it is, she is looked upon as having failed in her policy. The common lot of all mankind, when such is the will of heaven, but if claiming to be the foremost state of Greece, she had deserted her post, abandoned without a struggle all which our forefathers braved every danger to win, and who would not have spurned you, Ascanius. Better? See how either way, you know what it's saying, right? Even with my mispronunciations. Yeah, it's horrible. How could we have looked in the face of the strangers who flocked to our city if things had reached their present pass? Philip, the chosen leader and lord of all, while others without our existence had borne the struggle to avert this consummation, we, who have never in times past preferred inglorious safety to peril in the path of honor. Is there a Greek or a barbarian who does not know that Thebes at the height of her power, and Sparta before her, even the king of Persia himself, would have been only too glad to compromise with us, and that we might have had what we now chose, and possessed our own in peace, had we been willing to obey orders and to suffer another to put himself at the head of Greece? But it was not possible. It was not a thing which the Athenians of those days could do. It was against their nature, their genius, and their traditions, and no human persuasion could induce them to side with a wrongdoer because he was powerful, and to embrace subjection because it was safe. No, to the last our country has fought and jeopardized herself for honor and glory and preeminence, a noble choice in harmony with your national character, and you testify by your respect for the memories of your ancestors who have so acted. And you are in the right, for who can withhold admiration from the heroism of the men who shrank not from leaving their city and their fatherland and embarking in their warships, rather than submit to foreign dictation? Why, Themistocles, who counseled this step, was elected general, and the man who counseled submission was stoned to death, and not he only, for his wife was stoned by your wives, and he was by you. The Athenians of those days went not in quest of an orator or a general who could help them in prosperous slavery, but they scorned life itself, if it were not the life of freedom. Each of them regarded himself as the child not only of his father and of his mother, but of his country. And what is the difference? He who looks on himself as merely the child of his parents awaits death in the ordinary course of nature, while he who looks upon himself as the child of his country will be ready to lay down his life rather than see her enslaved. Do I take credit to myself for having inspired you with sentiments worthy of your ancestors? Such presumption would expose me to the just rebuke of every man who hears me. What I maintain is that these very sentiments are your own, that the spirit of Athens was the same before my time, though I do claim to have had a share in the application of these principles to each successive crisis. Ashkenaz, therefore, when he impeaches our whole policy and seeks to exasperate you against me as the author of all your alarms and perils, in his anxiety to deprive me of present credit, is really laboring to rob you of your everlasting renown. If by your vote against Thespian you condemn my policy, you will pronounce yourselves to have been in the wrong instead of have suffered what has befallen you through the cruel injustice of fortune. But it cannot be. You have not been in the wrong, men of Athens, in doing battle for the freedom and salvation of all. I swear it by your forefathers, who bore the battle brunt at Marathon, by those who stood in arms at Mysium, and many more whose resting place in our national monuments attests that, has our country buried, so she honored, all alike, victors and vanquished. She was right, for what brave men could do, all did, though a higher power was master of their fate. Ben, thank you. Yes, you're welcome. Will do. Yes, we'll be right here. It's almost 5 here. Get some breakfast going, maybe. We can take off our nail polish. It's very chipped. Usually don't leave it on more than a day or two. I think this is day 3. I'm reading that, yes, thank you. I have a video going too, if you couldn't tell. Just take a few slow breaths. Turn your hand out that way. You can feel the difference, huh? Feel the difference. Go fast. I gotta do this side or I'll feel uneven. I'm working on that. A pigeon head. I have a habit of that, sticking and leaning forward. I try to correct that over the years. It was really bad before, huh? It was like the Hunchback of Notre Dame. No, it wasn't that. Maybe it wasn't that bad, but I don't know. Well, I'm 43 now. I was just making jokes back when I was 12, 13 years old. I was like 250, 60 pounds. It was almost 300. Early teens, yeah. Did a lot of rocking. Good, thank you. Hopefully, we're hoping that people here get real what we've been going through, especially since, was it 2008 and 2009, I would say. Those were the years that a lot of the bullshit really kicked into gear. Yeah, by 2010, 11, 12, it got so stupid. Yeah, thank goodness some people did speak up. I'm pretty sure Trump was one of them, and others who were trying to speak out about different things within the healthcare system. Yeah, I don't know, and then it's frustrating when you have so many people clouding the system. I guess they say, let it not be in vain, and maybe it was necessary. That's what a lot of the doctors and stuff are saying about the vaccines. They're saying if it wasn't for the research they're seeing from the COVID vaccines and what's been happening, just psychologically, and how many just blindly don't even know what's in it. Thank you. May I have another? Thank you, sir. May I please have some more? Please, save my life. The CDC says it will. Who said what? Are you fucking stupid? Apparently. Oh God, and they're making decisions in the system. And they're in control of a lot of funding. Isn't that wonderful? Yeah. It's a fucking punk, sick pedo, freaking party treasure trove. And we told them that back years ago. This is why the private investigator in 2009, he blew his fucking brains out with his father's 45. No joke. Oh, I'm so sorry if you don't like my delivery, but that's exactly what happened if you're not mature enough to handle the facts. If someone presents them in a starkly fashion or a rude, disrespectful, derogatory way, that you're able to handle that. Because it happens. There's a lot of people that are fucking pissed off. There are children being fucked and tortured. Yeah, some of these punks are making child and animal pornography with foreign hoax channels. They've been fooling a lot of activists and humanitarian groups over the years. It's fucking sickening. Yeah, we're lucky we survived some of the murder attempts. We're trying to show people how many blindly protect a lot of those pedo rings and organizations when they're so blended in to some of the fundraising and marketing and security teams, stuff like that. It's all so blended. Merry Christmas. What are we gonna make for breakfast? I was thinking of making waffles. Oh, I can't remember. I'll get the box and I'll show you. It's the Simple Mills. This kind. I've never tried this kind before. Now the ingredients are almond flour, arrowroot. Arrowroot's really good for you, huh? Here's the benefits of arrowroot. It's very good for you.
Got a cold? Gotta keep going. Gotta go without the Sosa Plus Severe Cold and Flu medicine. It works. It's fast. It works fast. Fast cold and flu relief that quickly dissolves in water.
Several potential health benefits of arrowroot. It is gluten-free. Oh, it has a demulcent effect that can soothe and protect the gastrointestinal tract, reducing inflammation and easing symptoms of diarrhea and irritable bowel syndrome. It has a resistant starch, which is not digested by the body and acts as a prebiotic, promoting the growth of beneficial gut bacteria that can help with weight management. This is the arrowroot. It's one of the ingredients in the flour mixture for the waffles. You can do waffle. Oh, it's pancakes. Waffles or pancakes. Ooh, I would do waffles. I have a waffle maker, so do that. Antibacterial properties. Arrowroot? I had no idea. You can get arrowroot just by itself, right? Interesting. Prebiotic and antibacterial? Antibacterial properties that can help reduce skin infections and irritation. Interesting. Arrowroot, yeah. Jot that one down. We'll do some more on that one. Maybe some isolated little studies and experiments of our own. Let's see if we can just get some arrowroot on its own. I also have coconut sugar, coconut flour, cream of tartar, baking soda, and salt. Chicago, Illinois. Thanks, Chicago. Good stuff. You'll also love our cookies, bars, crackers. Find in a store near you at simplemills.com. Be friendly to the planet. Please recycle. Only purposeful ingredients, nothing artificial ever. Feel what good food can do. Food has the power to transform how you feel, to help you live your fullest life. At Simple Mills, we're passionate about harnessing that power. We select only simple, purposeful ingredients and nothing artificial ever. We're raising the bar, raising expectations that food can be both delicious and nourishing so you can thrive. This is Caitlin and the Simple Mills team. Thanks, Simple Mills team. We are going to make some waffles. I will let you know how they come out. I'm interested in this arrowroot stuff. Relieves gum pain. Some people use it as a mouthwash. This stuff is arrowroot. I know, I had no idea it had all those benefits. May benefit the digestive and immune system. Indicates that it has fewer calories and more protein than other tuberous vegetables such as potatoes, yams, and cassava. I guess it's primarily used as a thickening agent. It says it's traditionally used to help with digestive issues. Soothes the intestinal tract. Soothes the intestinal tract. A lot of people use it in baby food. That's a good idea. Skincare. Some people use it as a natural dry shampoo or has powder to absorb excess moisture on the skin. Deodorant. Oh, that makes sense too because it has the antibacterial properties, probiotics. Interesting. Recommended for those with kidney issues. Really interesting. Let me pick that up. And this is the hemp and protein fiber one I was telling you about from the Just Hemp Foods. This stuff's really great. Really good source of protein, omegas, especially if you're eating less meat or no meat. Very good to have this with the protein. Mm-hmm. 45 calcium. You can put some of it in the pancake mix. Yeah, you can do that. Add some in there. There's a pancake recipe right on here. At Just Hemp Foods, we start with only the highest quality hemp seed, sourced and processed for maximum nutrition. This pure plant-based hemp powder is gluten, soy, and lactose-free, and a good source of 9 vitamins and minerals. Vitamin. Add Just Hemp Foods, hemp protein fiber to all your healthy recipes for a boost of a natural, plant-based dietary fiber. Blend into smoothies. That's usually what I do, blend it in with a protein shake. Or add in, and yogurt is good. Or add into baking recipes. We recommend replacing 30% of your flour with hemp protein and fiber. I love this stuff. Yeah, you do notice a difference as far as just joint mobility. I think it's the omegas. Just feels smoother. Yeah. You know, they say if you hold your left arm above your heart for at least 10 minutes a day, it works better than taking a blood pressure medication. Proven fact. Mm-hmm. Well, you still have a choice. We're not saying you have to do that. You can take the fucking pill if you want to. Right, when people are fucking kids, though, and killing innocent people, that's not something we're just going to let you roll your eyes to and not going to have to talk about it. Absolutely fucking disturbing what's happening here. You know, we've been over ourselves for a long time about it. It's amazing. It's amazing we've survived through a lot of the murder attempts and just not taking ourselves out. Have you noticed people around us have checked out? I know, they've killed themselves, they die in freak accidents. A lot of the people involved with the drug and trafficking stuff, they have moved away, or they're dead, or in a drug-in stupor. Doesn't really matter. Nope. Doesn't matter at all. We're just spreading the good word. We're speaking to you from the great beyond, from the dead. Take a look at what's happening here and how they've been getting away with fucking the children. Making animal and child pornography and killing innocent people, targeting mentally ill. Call it a Beck-in mystery. Alright, thank you. Yes, we're gonna go make our waffles. Class is over. It's 5:12. I said we'd go till 5:11, 5:11. We made it. Yeah, that's cute. Yes. Oh my goodness, of course. We do reading class pretty much every day. I can't think of a day we haven't done reading class in quite some time. We even found time for it at the mental institution. Was that 2022? It's interesting. Talking about that too, and what was going on and offline with our parents and children. That was over 10 years after we were trying to get the people within the state systems to stop their bullshit and catering to childish fucking beliefs and ignoring serious concerns. It's getting fucking old. Out of respect for what? Cultural beliefs? Seniority? Yeah. You can go ahead and lick your asshole after you're done licking theirs. Don't really give a shit. If you can, you probably can't. Can help you out if you need it. And of course, if you want it, I'm not going to force it upon you. Oh, cool. 513. Peace out. We're breathing. I hope so. Hopefully. That's what we're doing. We're here in Augusta, Maine. Hopefully people talk reality soon. They're not going to, so anyone watching and listening, just take a look around at what's already been happening and how it's been avoided. Yeah, we'll see. They're not going to, so we're not going to push it because it doesn't do any good. What good does it do? As you can see, it just upsets the people around us, our parents, our children, makes them tell others that we need help, and they're very concerned about our mental illness and the crazy things we believe. And the children are okay, and that's a good person, and they've been in good hands. How dare I accuse them? So, yeah, I mean, you can't keep fucking beating a dead horse, can you? Yeah. Oh, get me a bigger shtick. We'll see what happens. Oh, what a fucking joke, huh? It's a beautiful shit show. So. Just trying to help you. That's all. Thank you, and you're welcome. Merry Christmas, happy birthday, and a merry birthday and happy Christmas. And now, of course, happy, joyous now. Good tidings. Peace be with you. And of course, yes, the Force. May the Force be with you. Godspeed. What's going to help the children? You tell me, George. Did you see the abominable snowmen? Okay, going to make some waffles.